When customers call and ask for DI water, some know exactly the type of DI water they need, others have no idea. So here's the 4 questions we will ask to help determine the size DI system you need. Question 1, what is your final water quality you need the system to produce? Type 1 is as pure of DI water that is possible to make. Going to be over 18.2 megohm in resistivity. There's a few other levels that need to be met as well, but typically we're worried about the resistivity of the water. And then type 2 is just general grade DI water. That's going to be a resistivity over 1 megohm. Typically there's no such thing as too pure for any application. It's going to be if the water is not pure enough for your final process. And that's where you have to make that determination if a type 1 or type 2 system is good enough for your process. Type 1 systems are going to be quite a bit more expensive than a type 2 system will be. So a lot of times, if you need a type 2 system and you purchase a type 1, then you're just costing yourself more money. Typically, you see type 1 DI water be used in semiconductor manufacturing, trace elemental analysis applications, high-end laboratories such as HPLC and mass spectrometry testing. Type 2 DI water, you typically see just general use, industrial, glassware rinsing, spot-free rinsing on windows, boiler feeds. If you don't know what type is required, let us know your application and we should be able to tell you which type of DI water is recommended for that application. Question 2, how much water will you be using on a weekly, daily, hourly basis? You need to figure out your flow rate, how fast you want to be able to dispense out of your DI system, just to make sure you have the right size equipment in place. If you size it too small and you flow higher than what the equipment's rated for, you might not get the purity out of the system that you're looking for. Vice versa though, if you size it too large and you run it way too slow through the system, you can start to get some channeling through the DI tanks. And again, that high-end purity that you're looking for just might not be available if the equipment is sized incorrectly. If you don't know how fast your equipment is using water, a lot of times you can look at the manufacturer's specifications for that piece of equipment and they will let you know how much water to use. A really easy test is take a 5-gallon bucket, dispense out of the system and time how long it takes you to fill it up, and then you can do the math to figure out how many gallons a minute you think you will be running through the DI system. Question 3 is going to be what is your incoming water quality or the TDS level that you'll be sending to this DI system. So one of the requirements we like to find out before sizing the DI system is the TDS level, which stands for total dissolved solids of the feed water you're going to send to the unit. The reason we want to know that is the higher your TDS level is, the shorter life you will get out of your DI tanks before you need to perform maintenance on them. The lower the TDS level, the more gallons you're going to get before you have to change the resin inside your DI tanks. TDS can be measured in a few different ways. The simplest way is you can just get a cheap handheld meter, take a water sample, dip it in the water. It's going to give you a readout rate on the meter that shows your TDS level. There are some higher end meters which may give you a little bit more accurate reading. That's just another way to go. And finally, if you're on city water, a lot of times you can call the local water department and you can ask them what is the TDS level you're sending out, or you can also ask them, the conductivity level of the water being sent, and we can figure out how many gallons to expect from that reading as well. Question 4 is how fast do you need to be able to dispense to your process out of the DI system? Trying to help the customer figure out how much water they need is a little bit of a trickier situation if the customer doesn't know already how much they do need for their application. We like to break it down and talk you through it. Is this going to be how much water you use per day? Are you using a batch process? If so, how large is the storage tank you're filling up? Is this going to be a continuous loop process application where you're constantly purifying the water? Then we can kind of figure out loop size, figure out flow rates, how fast you're flowing through the loop. There are certain situations where our bulk water products are a better solution, especially if you're using small amounts and you don't have the infrastructure in place to be able to install a permanent DI system. Where the DI system permanently installed becomes the better solution is when you're starting to use a lot more gallons on site. It can become very costly to ship bulk water across the country. That way, when the water's on site, it's typically cheaper per gallon to produce than shipping the bulk water around the country. There's a few different ways you can reach out to us for help sizing or picking out the correct DI system. Call us at 989-892-7745. We're more than happy to help walk you through the different steps of sizing your DI system, just give you some ideas of what we offer and what other options are out there. You can also email us. That way, we can just ask the questions back and forth through email, or we also do have our chat through our website that you can reach out. We're here 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Worst case, if we're not open, shoot us that email. We'll get back to you as soon as we're back in the office. We have customers that call us all the time that have no idea the answers to any of these questions. Hopefully you've watched this video before you give us a call. If not, we're going to run through these same questions when we talk to you on the phone and get you the answers that you're looking for.